John Malin's godlike.
A controversial misstep within the Comicsgate community.
The comics industry is no stranger to bold claims and ambitious projects, but John Malin's new work, Godlike, has sparked a particularly fervent debate within the Comicsgate community. Malin's assertion that his comic is groundbreaking and rule-smashing due to its heavy reliance on words juxtaposed against other creators' visual storytelling has been met with a mix of skepticism, frustration, and outright ridicule. This essay aims to dissect the controversy, examining the overblown nature of Malin's claims, the backlash from the Comicsgate community, and the broader implications for the comics industry. The premise of Godlike. John Malin's Godlike has been marketed as a revolutionary piece within the comics medium. Malin suggests that its innovation lies in its verbose nature, contrasting sharply with the visual-centric approach that dominates the industry. His critique of other creators for just drawing pictures implies a belief that comics, to be truly substantial, must lean heavily on written content. This perspective is not entirely without merit. After all, comics are a hybrid form of literature and art. However, Malin's stance dismisses the value of visual storytelling, a cornerstone of the medium, revealing a fundamental misunderstanding of what makes comics unique. Community reactions, skepticism, and frustration. The Comicsgate community, known for its vocal and often contentious opinions on the state of the comics industry, has not taken kindly to Malin's assertions. Critics argue that Malin's approach is neither new nor groundbreaking. The history of comics is replete with works that balance textual and visual elements to convey complex narratives. Classics like Alan Moore's Watchmen or Neil Gaiman's Sandman are lauded for their rich layered storytelling without sacrificing visual engagement. Many within the community see Malin's self-congratulatory tone as off-putting and indicative of a larger issue, a disconnect between creator and audience. The sentiment that Malin is pumping out shit and calling it highbrow suggests a perception that he is more interested in self-promotion than in creating genuinely resonant work. This perception is compounded by comparisons to other controversial figures in the industry, such as Rob Liefeld, whose style Malin is accused of emulating without critical engagement with a broader range of influences. High fashion or highbrow. Malin's positioning of Godlike as high fashion adds another layer to the debate. High fashion, often characterized by its avant-garde and inaccessible nature, requires cultural literacy and appreciation for context and nuances. By likening his work to high fashion, Malin might suggest his comic is ahead of its time or too sophisticated for the mainstream audience. This comparison can be seen as a hell of a cope, deflecting criticism by implying that those who do not appreciate his work simply do not understand it. This elitist attitude risks alienating fans who feel undervalued. Comics thrive on their ability to connect with readers on a personal level. Dismissing fan feedback as a lack of sophistication undermines this principle and reflects poorly on Malin's understanding of his audience. The broader implications. The controversy surrounding Godlike speaks to a larger conversation about innovation and authenticity in the comics industry. True innovation respects the medium's foundations while pushing boundaries in meaningful ways. It's about balancing text and art and knowing when to let shine. Malin's reliance on words may be his attempt to innovate, but it risks disregarding the power of visual storytelling that defines comics. Authenticity comes from genuine engagement with the medium and its audience. Creators who resonate most with fans listen, adapt, and respect their readers. The backlash against Malin suggests a perceived lack of this authenticity, a belief that he is more focused on his image as an innovator than on the substance of his work. Conclusion. John Malin's Godlike has stirred the Comicsgate community, but not for the right reasons. Instead of being seen as innovative, it is perceived as a misguided attempt at highbrow art that fails to resonate with its audience. While Malin's ambitions are clear, the execution and reception reveal a disconnect between his vision and fan expectations. The true test of Godlike will be its ability to engage and resonate with readers, proving that groundbreaking work is defined by impactful storytelling. So far, Godlike appears to miss the mark, serving as a lesson in the dangers of overestimating one's innovations.